Thank you, Annie. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here and share our story with the audience. As Annie mentioned, my name is Sam Samani. I'm currently serving as the project control manager with VIA Metropolitan Transit. Thank you, Annie. So I transitioned to the public sector in 2007 after 25 years in the private sector. Worked for several different local agencies in the Central Florida area, mainly local city governments. Then in 2012, moved to Tallahassee, started working with State of Florida, Department of Economic Opportunity on their unemployment compensation infrastructure redesign. And then in 2014, moved to Texas and have been here since then. Started as a client services manager with VIA. And then in 2021, transitioned to our project delivery and planning team. That team is our team is responsible for all capital projects within VIA. We are currently working on a program at VIA called ART program, and I'll get into it a little bit of more detail in the next slide. Some of my past projects, some of the bigger projects that I've worked on is our Shingle Creek Resort, as I mentioned, in Central Florida. Shingle Creek was a 1,500 room hotel, 500,000 square feet of convention space and retail space, about a dozen restaurants and a couple golf courses. Then City of Sanford Police Headquarters, and then of course State of Florida, their unemployment redesign, transitioning from a Unix system to a Windows-based system. Next slide, please. Okay, VIA, a little bit about VIA. As I mentioned, VIA is the San Antonio's public transit agency. We currently process about 29 million passenger trips a year. 8 transit centers, roughly about 2,100 employees. 75 routes, 14 city members within our serving area, 454 buses, 137 vans, plus some 200-300 non-revenue vehicles. Our coverage area is about 1,200 square miles, roughly about 6,000 bus stops that we manage and responsible for. Next slide, please. So we started our journey in earnest in 2021. We, at the time, we didn't have a formal project management standards or systems or infrastructure in place. Everything was done ad hoc. So the advent of the ART program, which included 3 different projects, which is a $1.1 billion in funding from the FTA, kind of forced our hand into establishing our project management standards and project control standards. One of the first things that the FTA does is they do a capability and capacity study with the agency is looking for the funding. And through that study, we found out that yes, we don't have we don't have the resources, B, we don't have the systems, and C, management capacity was not up to par. So within a year, we had to establish all these different programs, and we'll get into that in just a minute. Most of the processes that we had as far as project management was concerned were isolated to individual projects and individual project managers. There was no methodology behind project management. There was very little intra-agency collaboration, and many processes were all manual. For example, we were managing all of our projects with spreadsheets, and those were done manually as well. Okay, next slide. Thank you. So through all of our analysis and consulting with our consulting agencies that were working with us on the ART projects, we determined that we needed to establish and not just an application, not just a software for project management. We also needed to have a entire system in place for managing the rest of the tasks that go along with managing projects, like your document control, your quality control, cost management, budget management, schedule management, all of that. We wanted to be able to modernize all those features. So the name Portfolio Management Information System, PMIS, came around. The main impetus behind it was because the projects are federally funded. FDA required that to be we have something in place to manage those projects electronically. We also had established standards, streamlined the process, and of course compliance, as I mentioned. Next slide, please. The framework used to plan, monitor, and manage a project cost, that's the PMIS. It's a framework that we put in place. We manage everything through this system currently, and I'll get into more details. Basically, we wanted to be able to make sure that all the project managers are following the same rules, using the same software and systems in place, using the same methodology for project management, and everyone within the agency was aware of what's happening with the project. The most important thing for us was cost and budget control. So to give you a little better idea, next slide, please. Our PMIS implementation included all of these areas that we wanted to be central repository for all the project-related information. That made collaboration between not only intra-agency, but interagency. We have some 24 different agencies that are currently working with us on this ART projects. Those are all the utility agencies, city agencies, county agencies, to some extent, Texas Department of Transportation, and of course, FTA. So it was really important for us to have a central repository for all the project-related documents. We also wanted to make sure this information that we were disseminating was all updated and current. It wasn't from 3 weeks ago or a day ago. Everything had to be pretty much live. We also wanted to provide a holistic view of the entire portfolio of the projects, not just single project at a time. So that was a big ask for us. We wanted comprehensive reporting capability, automated reporting, where it didn't take a week for us to put together a simple report as far as our budgets are, actuals versus your budgets, your EVM, your estimated completions, and things like that. Those were never heard of. So we just didn't have that capability before implementing this. And we also wanted Zoe to be able to analyze and authorize projects, prioritize projects, rather than do an ad hoc job. For example, we wanted an actual scientific method for doing that. Next slide, please. So this is what you're looking at is what fits inside our PMIS system currently. Your cost management, which is 6 or 8 different tasks, modules there, your schedule management, and document management. Pretty self-explanatory what document management is. The most important thing here is consideration for being able to produce logs and reports for the FTA. Mainly those are for during our design phase. We wanted to be able to have the issues log and a RFI log, a request for information log. And then during construction, we wanted the field staff to be able to access the system, the schedules, and again, submit RFIs and issues while they're in the field. Next slide, please. So what came out of our analysis, and this was I'm making this very simple, but we went through probably about a 3 years, 4 years analysis until we came up with the solutions that you're looking at now. So we decided that there wasn't a simple one system that could give us what we were looking for. So we decided on a suite of applications that can give us that gave us the answer for what we're looking for. Streamlined processes, your holistic view of the pictures, better reporting, live dashboards, collaboration was very important to us. So through these 6 different applications, 7 different applications, we were able to accomplish that. The very first application that we implemented was Autodesk Construction Cloud, because the ART is really considered a horizontal construction, road construction for layman terms. Autodesk fit our need for managing the construction cost management on a construction project very well. Mostly we use this in the construction phase of each project. Infor is our ERP system, a brand new system. We just rolled it out about a year ago, not even that, in June, sorry. So about 5 months ago, it was fully implemented. SharePoint, I think everybody knows SharePoint is a great internal intra-agency collaboration site, but outside for sharing information with our partner agencies, it's very clunky to use. So we decided to use a different method, and that was our Autodesk Construction Cloud. Autodesk is a SaaS, it's a web-based, cloud-based application. And because we have a unlimited licensing and unlimited storage with them, we're able to have everyone who needs access to the projects access what they need to see. So P6 we use for scheduling and resource planning on our ART projects only. And once the ART projects are over, we're transitioning to Microsoft Project and Project Online. Rob can tell you this was a very long road for us to implementation and full deployment. Rob and I started on this in 2019. Although we went through different hurdles throughout the project, managers left, new finance team, budgets, and all of that stuff. So eventually in 2022, I want to say, Rob, was it even later than that? We got the funding to go ahead and implement the project. And I have to say, this is a plug for PROJILITY, shameless, but that's okay. They did a very good job. They delivered the project on time. The entire team was very professional. Our project manager, Amanda, was very good at keeping track of the project. Our engineers, Ray and Mike, were very on the ball. They said they got things done. They completed their task on time. They kept me and my stakeholders and our stakeholders informed throughout the entire project. And the most importantly, they delivered the budget they delivered the project on budget. So initially, the project was only for the planning division, but over the past 6 months, there's talks to making Microsoft Project a corporate tool for all divisions, so as for project management tool. Our IT team is on board now. They're looking at the features, and we're going to be expanding the project very shortly, if not this year, by 2027 fiscal year for sure. Next slide, please. Yeah, go to next slide. Thank you. So our implementation of Microsoft Project Online was very methodical. Once we awarded the contract to PROJILITY, they came in with very specific methods, very specific roadmap. We started out with an analysis. They worked with the stakeholders. They got their input on what they wanted to see as far as the application was concerned. We had design sessions, went through multiple design sessions before they actually started working on the application itself. Then we went through an integration process. We integrated Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Project. And then we transitioned to the build and validate phase. I think because we did all the legwork before we actually did the build and validate, the build validate process was probably the fastest phase of the project. And then after we validated, we did all of our testing, UAT testing and things like that. We went to deployment. We deployed the application to a very specific limited number of users at the beginning, and that is our construction and engineering team. Unfortunately, when we rolled out the project, they lost several people, including the management team in construction. Then we went through some reorganization. Now we've added new leadership for that team, and we kind of are kicking off deployment all over again. But that's a good thing, because the new leadership that's in place, Jason Harmon, our construction VP of construction, and we have a new VP of engineering. And those two folks are very keen on getting this kicked off and using this for all of our capital projects. So it's an excellent tool. Next slide, please. We're able to, do our resource planning with this tool, our scheduling. Obviously, we're also able to create budgets and track budgets in our implementation. We also can track the project risks directly from our implementation of Microsoft Project Online. The most important thing is that our reporting tool, PROJILITY team did a really good job on implementing our Power BI infrastructure. Next slide. As you can see here,
sorry, Sam, this is the last one I have for you.
It is. My apologies. Yeah, so the project team did a fantastic job. They created about 24 reports for us for Power BI, and that we currently use to disseminate information for the project team. I guess my lessons learned for the team is just to make sure that you have a vision and you share that vision with the team. Don't give up on what you believe in. It took me 4 years, so develop an adoption strategy and messaging as early as possible. Do the legwork prior to implementing a solution. Make sure majority or at least everyone on your of stakeholders are aware of what you're doing, where you're going, and provide them with a clear roadmap. If you have timelines, or give them rough timelines. And the most important part is leadership buy-in. I went through probably couple of different reorgs, corporate reorgs, but still got their buy-in. So don't give up. That's my spiel.